hear the urban voter being quite opinionated about how they want to see India change, what kind of global standards they want to see India achieve. But when it comes down to the day of voting, it's the same urban electorate that skips away into a nice weekend holiday. And this is shown with the voter turnout when you compare rural areas to urban areas, dismal voter turnout in urban pockets. Let's hope this time is different. In Karnataka's Bengaluru, the urban pockets have so long, at least the last decade, voted in favor of the BJP. But this time, what kind of change are they looking forward to? Join me, Nabila Jamal, in this special of Election Express Karnataka, where I take you through the mood among the urban electorate, their ambitions, concerns, and the pulse on ground. Woohoo!
I'm an athlete, even the wrestlers face kind of a things. It shouldn't happen. Even my daughter is getting into this sport. When that I don't like it actually. Okay. They should have done something better.
Why would you vote this time? It's a national issue.
No, for development, national issue.
Development. Any one particular?
A lot of developments happened, no? Past 2014.
Is that your indication?
Absolutely.
Do you have the choice of netas that you like or you don't? What kind of netas are you hoping to see in the future?
Yogi, Annamalai. Definitely, because we were not into politics. Okay, post 2014, the way we have got involved in politics, it's just like cricket. Earlier it was cricket, now it is politics. Okay.
What will you vote for if it's a national issue? What's your number one issue?
I think it would be infrastructure development, growth, education. So all the things which will help the country really.
And do you think our netas are really putting that focus? Is that in the spotlight at all?
Some of them are, but I think most of them are still in the vote bank politics trap. But there is a slight change. I think the younger politicians, more educated ones, are thinking more about it, and I think more investment in capital. Human capital development, I think that will really work.
Are you going to be voting?
Yes, I'm going to be voting.
And why do you think there's this terrible urban apathy? You know, urban voters just don't come out and vote. What do you think is the reason?
I think it's the heat as of now. But I think this time's turnout is definitely going to be good.
We're not aware of what the local leaders are doing, but everyone's just saying, vote for this, vote for that person.
So does it bode well with you when they say vote in the name of the Prime Minister, vote in the name of a government that will come in the centre?
No, that makes no sense.
Really?
Yeah.
But have you seen your MP extensively leg around for your constituency?
In the last 1 month.
Do you hold him or her accountable?
No, things just happen at their own pace. I think that's the fun part of being in Bangalore. But yeah, we do see our MPs 1 month before the elections.
You're seeing hectic activity only now?
Yeah.
Have you asked them questions?
No, they're never available to answer questions. It's just, they're just telling us, okay, vote for us. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. Then we'll see them after, I think, before the next election again.
I would like to see better traffic management and the metro is under construction, so hopefully if that gets ready, it would be really nice to be able to use not our private vehicles but more public transport and reduce the crowding on the roads.
I think there are certain sort of public goods that only the government can really provide, and voting is a great way to remind our elected leaders of their responsibility to do that for the electorate.
Vote Urban Bengaluru always shows low voter turnout. Why do you think?
Because people wants to go on vacation on that day.
I want to vote because I want Modi to be back again.
In past 10 years of Modi government, I can see some betterment. So I'd rather vote for Central. I want Modi to come.
Things are not going that great nowadays, what I feel. So change is needed. So voting is needed.
अस्माकं देशस्य कृते बहु कार्याणि इदानीम् आवश्यकानि सन्ति. अतः सर्वेपि सम्यक् यः नेता अस्ति तस्य कृते वयं मतदानं कुर्मः चेत् बहु सम्यक् भवति.
Now translate in English what she said.
So to get a good development, we need a good leader. To choose a good leader, we need to vote.
Vintage cars rolling inside the Raj Bhavan in Bengaluru as voting is just around the corner. The BBMP is doing all it can to create this enthusiasm among voters. I have with me Tushar Girinath, the commissioner of the BBMP. How are you going to motivate urban voters to come out and vote? We know urban apathy is real.
urban apathy we don't want to say because it is a negative connotation.
Yeah.
I am only requesting all the voters of Bangalore to come out in large number and to vote to take this, what do you call, a mark, black mark on Bangalore citizenry that we do not come and vote at the time of elections. So my request to all the voters in Bangalore is to this time at least we will turn this around and all of you will come and vote, and surely this time we should see at least 10% improvement in our voting.
What's the reason for this vintage vehicles?
Okay, so there are two aspects of our enthusing the voters.
Yeah.
One is to build the environment.
Yeah.
It is a part of environment building. We have taken up cyclothon, walkathon, bike rallies, and that we have already done one antique car rally. This is the second one, and it is very close to the election. That is why election day. That is why we have requested.
Do people respond with excitement when they see these vehicles on the road?
Yeah, they do, but it should be translated into voting. Last year also we did all these events. But there was a very small change in the voting percentage. This time, that is why we are having a two-pronged strategy. We are building the environment and nudging the voters, but also we are going house to all those polling stations where the voting percentage was less.
Right.
We are having a guide, voters guide.
Is, why does it happen? I know I have to ask this with the election commissioners to respond. Why on a Friday? This is what encourages people to take off on a holiday.
Last time we didn't have it on Friday. We had it in the middle of the week on our request. Then also there was hardly any change in the voting percentage. So this time our argument has not cut any ice with the commission, it seems. But we are doing our best. And this is, yes, Friday, Saturday, Sunday being the 3 days holiday.
Yeah.
There may be some feeling of going out, etc. So we are requesting the voters to first vote and then proceed. We are not saying that you don't go out.
No, but why? I still want to know what is the reason for this, indifference among the urban voters. But anyway, how does it matter? That kind of attitude, why do you think that's set in as opposed to people of rural areas who take it really seriously to get out there, beating the heat, rain, storm, hail, whatever be it, they'll be there.
So we can only conjectures. There are only conjectures. One is, of course, because their way of living is different. So they are accustomed to more amenities. That we are trying to address by providing better polling stations, so that they don't have to be in long queues, etc. And we will provide shade, water, because you are accustomed to a better way of lifestyle, and you feel that going to the polling station is a bit of a strain. That is, we are trying to give a good experience so far as that is concerned.
So really no reason this time for them to skip.
Yes, there is no reason to miss out the most important. It is people have to vote for themselves. They are voting for the country. They are voting for their own future. Hence, it is very important for the people to come out and vote. It is their own future is at stake. So absolutely. That is there. They will come out for their own good to vote.
All right, here we're setting off on a vintage car rally all through the streets of Bengaluru, where the urban electorate are located. They're going to see this and hopefully get motivated to cast their franchise. Woo! This is certainly going to build that kind of curiosity. They're going to try and find out what exactly is this vintage car rally doing right in the center of Bengaluru. They, of course, the urban electorate are certainly going to be enthused looking at the number of these vintage cars out in the streets, and hopefully would ask a question, what's the campaign all about? And they'd see those little posters there. I'm not too sure if my camera can catch it right in the front, that says, go out there, exercise your franchise. This is in every way the civic body, the BBMP, doing all that they can to sort of pump up the mood of the voters and try and instill in them the kind of commitment towards the country in the form of their vote. So how old is this car here? It's 1929 model Fiat.
Yeah, this is 1929 model Fiat of seat depot. This is the only one vehicle in India we have.
Lovely.
This is from Rajasthan Maharaja's family.
It's part of the warrior family.
Yeah.
It was owned by the Mysore Maharaja.
No, it's owned by the Rajasthan Maharaja, who is now father-in-law of Mr. Yaduvir Vodaya.
Okay.
Just recently we came to know that.
All right. So we have passengers right here with me as well, ma'am. Why will you vote this time?
Yeah, it's everyone should cast their vote. It's our right.
How do you use this car on a regular basis? Is it possible to drive around like on a random day?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what's the mileage, if I may ask?
We should not guess the mileage. Approximately we will get around 8 kilometers.
8 kilometers mileage. How much did you buy this vehicle for?
This is my passion.
It's your passion?
Yeah.
Can you tell us the price to your passion?
Price. This is the priceless. We can't use the price.
So if someone offers you 4 crores, will you sell it?
No.
Oh, fantastic, sir. Why will you vote this time?
Because, see, it is our right to vote, to enhance our country, to brighten our country.
True.
This is the important to vote.
Absolutely. Mansoor, first of all, you're campaigning hectically for Bangalore Central. What do you think are your chances?
We've got very good chances, and today you should have seen the roadshow we've had here and the people coming on to the rallies and the crowds, and in Shantinagar constituency, and there is a Congress real wave actually.
Do you believe the Congress's 5 guarantees would match up to Modi guarantee?
The Congress guarantees are working on the ground. The people are acknowledging it. And we don't know if really any Modi government guarantees have really worked. Where are the guarantees? Where are the 15 lakh rupees, and where are the other guarantees what they've given? I don't think only on the ground, the Karnataka government, what we've done, the 5 guarantees are working.
But it seems like there seems to be some kind of disparity when it comes to the Congress's campaign. When I say disparity, I mean BJP speaks of national security, global image, and a larger scale, versus the Congress speaks of the ground issue when it comes to poverty and speaking of basic needs, basically freebies and grants that goes to the below poverty line people. That's mostly your campaign. Do you think this divide, how is it going to influence voters in that sense?
Actually, Congress party represents the real people of India, the common man, the poor, and the masses of India. But when we give anything, the guarantee, they call it freebies, but when they give, it's not a freebie. So today you should have seen the response and the good work what Haris Bhai and all have done in this constituency, and the benefit what they've got to the people. You'll really see that the common man and the poor person in India looks up to the Congress party.
Final word to you, Mansoor. Anti-incumbency, would that be a factor in your favor? 4th term that PC Mohan is looking to.
He's had 3 terms, and people wherever we go, they ask where is he and what has he done. And the biggest failure of all, including Mr. PC Mohan and the BJP MPs, they have never spoken in the parliament on behalf of Karnataka, Bangalore. They have just been...
What are you asking for Bangalore Central?
See, Bangalore Central requires funds, infrastructure development. It requires, because the central government has been indifferent towards Karnataka with 25 MPs elected. The indifference of the central government for granting funds, even in the drought situation or any other infrastructure development, they have miserably failed, and they've let down the Karnataka.
Cities. Where is the smart cities? They promised 10 years, they promised smart city. If Bangalore doesn't deserve to be a smart city, what did they give us? And what did these MPs do? None of the MPs spoke for flood or drought or corona. Did any one of them speak? Did they were able to get something here? No.
Water crisis in Bangalore Central is also a dire situation.
Where is the crisis? Please tell me. There's no crisis in my constituency. I'm talking to you in front of my people. Ask them. There's no crisis. Yes, water table has gone down. Some places where borewell water is there, issues, small issues. Kaveri water, our government is managing to send the same quantity of water to Bangalore city. By end of May, the 6th line is going to happen and we are going to get more water. So this is again made up story. It is again a political this one. There's water, no water. There's no water problem.
Finally, Mansoor, how are you going to motivate the urban electorate to come out? They always don't vote
See, it is a responsibility of every Indian, and everybody has to come out. You can't complain when you don't go out to vote.
Right.
Voting is a right, and in the national interest, you have to vote.
And why should people of Bangalore Central vote for you?
Because I'll tell you, you have had an MP who's been there for 15 years, and you should take his report card, and he should say what he's done in 15 years.
Okay.
I have a vision for Bangalore. I have a plan for Bangalore. And I have a plan for Bangalore for the next few decades.
Even if you win or not, you're still going to work on that plan?
Definitely, I will.
Okay. Catching PC Mohan on the campaign trail here. Sir, this is yet another term you're hoping for. Is this time also PC Mohan asking for votes in the name of Modi or in the name of your report card?
See, for the last 3 terms, I've been representing Bangalore Central Parliamentary Constituency. I have performed also. As you all know that, today, last year, Narendra Modi ji did groundbreaking ceremony for suburban project, which I have been fighting in the Parliament, outside Parliament also, to get the project. And successfully, I got it also, and the work has begun in the first phase and second phase. The next 5 years I would be concentrating to finish the project so that as per the rights report, about 10 lakh people can travel on it, so that the traffic also will ease on it, which Bangaloreans also know that, which I have pioneered for to get that project to Bangalore. And metro also, especially from Bayapnahalli to Whitefield, that also had a lot of problem. Then MD Mr. Karola called him to Delhi. I am also Urban Development Committee member. I called him there also. A lot of issues were there. With the state government had not cooperated, a lot of issues were there. All that we got it sorted out. So today successfully that line also is operating, and like this smart city, getting funds for smart city. I have done my work also. And for the last 10 years, from Bangalore, Narendra Modi ji has given 1,30,000 crores.
But what about water scarcity? The Congress says that there's severe drought in the state, of course, but for you, for Bangalore Central, speaking specifically of water scarcity, there's a lot of, criticism being directed at the central government for not granting funds to the state of Karnataka, and that's why we're seeing the kind of water crisis we're seeing. So for people of Bangalore Central, how did you aid in the water crisis?
See, water crisis, last 4-5 months back, the matter is in Supreme Court. Our state government, without court order, they left Kaveri water for 15 days. Then they went to court. If they would have not left that 15 days, we could have catered Bangaloreans for almost 2 months, 1.5 to 2 months. Just because they have an alliance with DMK, just to please them to get 1 or 2 seats extra, they put all Bangaloreans and the Karnataka people in a mess, and these people Congress has put us in a mess.
All right. No anti-incumbency, do you believe, against PC Mohan? Fourth time that you're seeking a...
See, Bharatiya Janata Party, 2014, Narendra Modi ji got 263 seats. In 2019, Narendra Modi ji got 303 seats. Now it is, Nara is, you stand here, there's a 400 ka par.
Sidramaiah says there's nothing.
In that I will be number 1.
Sidramaiah says there's no Modi way.
See, one thing, I proudly say that my leader is Narendra Modi. And I will ask, in the name of Modi, I will ask what? Can he ask in name of Rahul Gandhi?
But in the in the name of Modi also,
Yes, proudly I will ask.
BJP fought assembly elections, but was almost decimated just last year in the state.
See, today is a national issue. Today it's a national issue. People vote for Narendra Modi to strengthen the country.
So, what are the national issues predominantly that your people of Bangalore Central should vote for?
See, one thing, for the last, you take in UPA period, we got 80 lakh crores.
Karnataka state.
See, in 80,000 crores we got in UPA period, 10 years of 2004 to 14. 2014 to 24, 3 lakh crores have come for Karnataka. Where is the comparison? Bihar central government is giving more. Sabka saath, sabka vishwas. Whichever government, whichever state. Narendra Modi ji, whatever share has to come, he is giving it. Why should Siddaramaiah
So
blame?
there's no question of depriving Karnataka because it's an opposition-ruled state.
See, can I tell you one thing? He is telling we are paying more tax, we are getting less share. See, then I would like to ask my Central Parliamentary Constituency, highest number of GSTs paid in Chickpet. How much share is giving? Roads also in a bad condition. How much exports we are doing? How much revenue for corporation we are giving in Mahadevapura constituency? What is the fund he is giving for that constituency? He should not talk like that. He has presented 15 budgets, I think, 14 or 15. He's a matured politician now. Siddaramaiah should not be talking like this.
Okay, final words, sir. Urban electorate, urban voters, and largely from Bangalore Central, always low voter turnout. Why would you say that? How would you encourage them to come out and vote? Rural areas, they're always in large numbers, they vote. Urban areas, poor.
See, this time, people have decided that Narendra Modi should become Prime Minister for the third time. Now, what is the time? 8:45. Look at the people, how they are.
Your support, PC Mohan supporters or Narendra Modi supporters?
Both the supports.
Okay.
So definitely this time, they have all promised. For the last 2 months, I have been visiting various apartments.
Right.
They are going to, because it's a long weekend also.
Okay.
They are not going to take holiday. They will vote for Modi and they'll enjoy their weekend.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. All the best to you. What a fantastic end this is to our Election Express special right here in Karnataka. This is all that we do here on India Today to motivate people to get out there and vote. So do not waste that very precious day and time. Your chance to put your voice out there. Don't ever complain if you don't vote there. We've got to change this urban apathy, don't we? Thanks very much for watching. Nabila Jamal signing off with camera person Shiv Murthy for India Today, Bengaluru.